It is absolutely critical to do that conservation as we experience these current drought conditions, but a little bit of promising news. We might have a little bit of rain in the forecast. We'll get to that in a moment. First, a look at your El PASEO cam. A little bit less busy than what we were seeing on Plum Canyon, but you've got some folks out and about enjoying a nice evening and maybe grabbing a bite or something to drink, and things are looking pretty good overall. We're going to continue to enjoy these pretty nice conditions over the next couple of days. Those offshore winds are going to be picking up a little bit for tomorrow, but not for everyone. I'll show you where and when coming up in a moment. A week-long cool down follows that because eventually those winds do change directions, and that helps us bring our temperatures down to what we should be at for this time of year, which is really down in the lower end of the 70s, and that chance for rain, which we'll track out for you in a moment. But first, those winds, they are set to get a little bit gusty. Now, a reminder, these are our peak wind gusts, so not necessarily your sustained winds, but the maximum amount that can just blow on by at any given time. This is a look at this evening, but as we roll around to tomorrow morning, you can see we've got that stronger line of winds developing right up along our desert slopes, just below the high desert and in towards spots like Desert Hot Springs, where we'll actually see a bit of strengthening of those winds for those areas, again, to the north of I-10. So not necessarily for everyone, but a few of you may be getting a little bit gusty for tomorrow. Gusts possible for spots like Desert Hot Springs up to about 30 miles per hour. After that, winds do start to relax a bit more, and they should stay pretty mellow as we head into the start of the work week. Just a little heads up on what to expect as we get into Sunday. And again, these are offshore winds, so they're these drier, warmer winds that continue to come in with that ridge of high pressure. But you can see there that ridge starts to flatten a bit as we head into the start of the work week. And when we do, those winds also change directions. That's when we start to see more of those onshore winds. And that's what's really going to help us cool down a bit as we head into the next couple of days. It's not necessarily for tomorrow, though. In fact, tomorrow is going to be rather warm in the mid to upper 80s for your daytime highs, just shy of what is actually considered record-tying or breaking temperatures. So we'll be watching for that, but I don't expect that we'll exceed temperatures above around 87 degrees for most spots. And then there's that rain potential. As we cool down and we watch a few waves of moisture come by, Tuesday, it's possible a couple of us could catch a couple raindrops, but that likelihood is much higher for another round of moisture that comes through for the region on Thursday, tapering into Friday. It's a little too soon to say where, when, just how much, so we'll be tracking that out for you in the days to come. Looking toward our temperatures, you can see we get down to the mid 70s for Tuesday, Wednesday, low 70s, and then even 60s by the end of the work week and into the weekend. 62 degrees. What a cool down compared to that 87 degrees you see on your Comfort Air 7-day forecast for tomorrow. So some big changes ahead. Finally starting to get a little bit more like winter around here. And I think that's something we've all been waiting for, right, Jen?
I would say so, although I do love the sunshine. I could use a little bit more Christmas vibes, and I feel like a cooler temperature helps.
Yeah, we'll get it in there for you.
I agree. Thanks, Kelly.